In the letter that we're going to write, Chair, it's supposed to have some timelines in terms of we can't let this issue run forever, because the risk that we are facing as a country and what the sports men and women out there are facing uncertain future.
I've communicated WhatsApp. I'm also going to do that with him. I hope by lunchtime I can come back to you. Really, I'm just going to keep trying. I didn't know he was in Bulawayo.
Maybe you can put it on the radio, national radio, to announce that Mr. Mlotshwa.
Also look for his deputy.
Dr. Chiura. Yes, the message I've given to the DG. If you want the chairman, the vice chairman, and any other board member, plus the DG and your senior staff, they must be here, and I will be here with my senior staff.
Tomorrow 10.
I had given them, and without this 1 week, but I'll now say I want it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. Whether Mlotshwa is there or not, the rest must come.
So if so,
do you know the implications of the whole issue?
of him not.
No, all this issue.
Yes.
That we are
dealing with.
Yes.
Yes, it's a serious national issue. As the Honorable mentioned, even the President is concerned. It is a serious matter. Even in Cabinet, I can share with you. You just touch this issue, we are touching a bombshell. So we coming to, we even were shocked. I was just copied. Nobody phoned me to say we are not available. But I've got a copy of that. I saw it on email on Saturday, and I thought, this is not acceptable. You have to go. We are booked. We are ready to go. So I called back Garika. I said, you can't do this. We have to go to Parliament. Oh, but we have this, and the chairman is not going to be there. Whatnot. And so I said, well, we are going. Give me something to take. I have to go.
Chairman, point of order, Chairman.
That's the best. She's very innocent. She's been attending Parliament. You've called her so many times and she's never skipped. The lady is innocent. We can't be intimidated by anyone. We are Parliament. We are free. Who is he? Parliament. What's so special about SRC?
But we must respect our peers with the senior member. If the head of state is complaining that something is wrong in sports, let us act in this committee and make sure that we bring justice and peace to this issue. Thank you.
We want to establish if he went outside the country or he's still in Zimbabwe. That's the first thing. The second thing, Honorable Chair, is for him to tell us when he's available so that we know. Because truly speaking, right now we have written to him and he has shown that probably he doesn't take this Parliament seriously. So since he
together with the Cabinet Secretary and other important stakeholders.
we want him.
Yes, that's the board chairman.
He has never been here. Every
The
time
board
he
chairman,
comes-
that's Mr. Mlotshwa.
Yes.
Should be able to be available. We are going to write again, inviting him to come and attend before this committee and give us more evidence. Maybe we have to agree the date.
Members have just said we need to be fair, because when you look at those charges against Zifa, almost all of them do not warrant a suspension. Up and until they come here to tell us maybe there's other information outside what we have seen, they would understand. We know that there are two laws which operate in cross purposes. The SRC Act, the interference by government, the so-called interference by government from FIFA. Those two laws operate in cross purposes. We want to understand from SRC that if they are actually applying or implementing Section 30 of their Code of Conduct, do they exactly know the implications of that act on a thing called ZIFA, which they don't own, which they only have an oversight role, because ZIFA is owned by FIFA. We just want clarity. Once they clarify, maybe as a committee, we can have them smoke a pipe and agree to do football. And besides, Chairman, these guys in office, they are finishing their term in December. By right, elections should start happening on areas as from March. So why should we bother people who might be going out?
Any of your board
Until such a, we give them a date, a new date, and we demand that Mr. Mlotshwa must lead that delegation. He is football and the secretariat, so that we deal with this matter once and for all.
Chairman, point of order.
Our foot down. We are going to be seen as one of the worst committees in the last 5 years. We need to realize what is on our shoulders. We need to realize the mandate that is given to us in order to bring sanity into all these prevailing things. Because if you realize these things have been like they were boiling, now they're at a point that we see all these things that is happening. But we need to put our foot down, come up with resolutions that are going to help the sports in this country, football in particular, because football is crying out loud for us. Because once we get suspended by FIFA, it's going to take quite a very, very long time for us to come back. And we would have not done justice to those children and young men and women who are playing sports for a survival. I ask members of this committee, through you, Chairperson, that we need to do our work as firmly as possible, without fear, without favor, so that
For the opportunity. Honorable Chair, I concur with what Honorable Bande has just said. I think this is very, very critical. If you see even some of the charges that have been leveled against SIFA, most of them, they are there to then be able to make women not be able to even get involved in sports. And it is actually victimizing women for them to get involved in sports. And truly speaking, this has to be taken seriously. If we look at the population of Zimbabwe, women constitute nearly 60% of the population. And the moment that we are not going to step our foot and address issues that involve women, and more importantly, even youth, I think we'll be doing a disservice to this nation. We believe, if you look at even the responses that came from the Honorable PS, she said she was not even involved in yesterday's meeting, which was a meeting which was going to determine the future of sports here in Zimbabwe. And for them to even undermine the office of the ministry, yet they reside in that ministry. To be honest with you, Honorable Chair, we need to take this seriously.